Welcome to the Wakend Update. My name is Ryan Oakes, and this is Blind Pillow Fighting. Here's how it works. We'll spin in circles 5 times, and then we're just gonna try and hit each other.
I think I always dreamed of hitting a lot of these guys with an open palm, but I'll take a pillow.
You know, some fighters throw a lot of body blows. My strategy was haymakers only.
Back in high school, they called me the honey badger.
Look, I knew from the beginning, nobody had a shot.
It's hard to breathe in here!
You know, dynamite comes in small packages, and that's what these people are about to learn.
I guess I just thought that they actually wouldn't hit a girl, and I was wrong. They really hit me the most.
I felt like it was just me, Jacob, and Rebe the whole time. What's up, guys? It's good to be back with you. I'm here and I'm excited to talk through 1 Peter 2. Last week, Sean reminded us that in Jesus we have a living hope and a new inheritance. He told us that the world is going to offer us things that might satisfy us. Money, power, Instagram likes, a new relationship. If I'm honest, all that stuff sounds pretty good. Like if someone came up to me with a pizza box full of cash, that sounds pretty awesome.
Wait, why does it have to be a pizza box?
Well, because I love pizza. But that doesn't matter. That's not what we need right now. What we need is Jesus. Peter dives right into it. In verse 2 and 3, he says, "Like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good." Peter is saying that we want more of what is good. And I think all of us can relate to that. When I was a kid, I had Oreos all the time. And one time, I started eating them with milk. I'm telling you guys, I'm 25 years old and I still dip my Oreos in milk. And I'm not talking about a couple Oreos. I eat Oreos by the sleeve. And if you don't believe me, comment below and I'll prove it. That same joy that I take in drinking milk with my Oreos is the craving that Peter is talking about in this verse. He is saying that we would crave spiritual growth just like a newborn baby. I've been following Jesus for almost 12 years now, and I can tell you that God will continue to expand your definition of what's good. You can never have too much of God. But as my friend Taylor found out doing the gallon challenge, it is possible to have too much milk. God is infinitely good, and there will never be a day that he can't teach you something new. Secondly, we go to verses 4 and 5. "As you come to him, a living stone rejected by men, but in the sight of God chosen and precious, you yourselves, like living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house." That's the second thing. We are a part of something greater than ourselves. And here's what it is: the church, not the building, but the body. Peter describes us as living stones because he's depicting the church as a spiritual house. Each of us as new believers is getting added to the house as living stones. God has a purpose for us to fulfill as the whole church together, one believer after another, spurring each other on and growing together with Jesus as our foundation. If you are not growing with other Christians, having Jesus as your foundation, you're not living God's best for you. And if that's you, reach out to us. We want you to be known and accepted, taught about Jesus, and challenged to grow. And we believe small groups help us accomplish that. If you want to get plugged in, click on the link below. Check us out, reach out to us, and talk to us. We want to help you live in God's best for you. And for the hundreds of you that are in small groups, I know this is a tough season. I'm tired of the Zoom calls too. But let's press into it. Lean into it. Exhort one another as it is called today. Okay, let's continue to press on towards God and grow alongside each other. And thirdly, let's go to verse 9. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. We have been chosen to represent God to the world. And here's how I know that. The words that Peter uses in this passage are words that described God's people in the Old Testament. Israel was God's chosen people. It was his plan that they would represent him to the surrounding nations. That when people saw the way they lived their life, they would see the goodness of God. And now, today, through Jesus, you've been adopted into that family. You are part of God's chosen people. Here's what this means for you if you're a Christian. If people want to know what God is like, all they need to do is look at your life. This is a big opportunity. But remember, God has transformed your life. He has called you out of darkness and into the light. And now he wants to use you to bring light into the darkness of the world. What are you doing, Sean?
I thought we were doing a bit with the dark.
No, I'm trying to talk right now. And so what do? We live a pure and honorable life so that those who see us might glorify God. So as you're reading 1 Peter 2 this week, I want you to ask yourself this question. How is my life representing God?